The recent collapse in gold prices have left many investors wondering what they should do when coming to invest in junior miners. And here to talk to us about it today is David Grondin. He is the CEO of TomaGold Corporation. David, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me on the show.
So the question is, a company like yours, you guys are a microcap stock.
Yes.
You've got more than $500,000 cash on hand, which to a lot of investors, they say, that doesn't seem like a lot, but what should I know? What do these investors need to know now that the price of gold has dropped? Is there still concern for you guys out there?
It's always a concern. At some point when you're doing exploration like us, you will need to have some cash to develop the project to another stage or another level, and you will need money to build a reserve. In our case, we have some advantage as, yes, we have $500,000-ish in cash, but we have a partner spending the money on the project. So the next 10 million-ish will be spent by them on the project. So if you look at special opportunity in the junior market, you will need to find companies that have either JV partner like us, or have advanced stage project, or or small producer, but that earns a little bit of free cash flow every month. That's probably the only way where you will be able to go through that difficult time, if I can say that.
Sure. So explain maybe a little bit about the exploration process. You guys right now are trying to find the gold in the ground.
Yes.
You have a general idea of where it might be, but what kind of confidence should investors take from that?
Well, in our case, I would say historically the project has been drilled a lot. There was some Quebec government entity that drilled on the project called SOCAM. They did a lot of work. We know there's gold. So we have a kind of an edge on that. We know there's gold in the system and the deposit. The only thing we did different at this time is we went at depth. So basically, and we're saying at depth, you go between 100 meters depth to 400-500. And recently, in the last 2 months, we announced some really high grade. A lot of producers are mining 1-2 grams ton, 3-4 sometimes. But some of the largest in the past 10 years, most of the projects that went online were between 1 and 2 grams ton, but large tonnage. If eventually we're going to production, we will try to target anything between 8 and 15 or 12 grams, which is, you diminish your risk if you do mine these type of deposit. Because if the price of the gold drop like at this time, well, you have an extra cushion, in case the margin drops. So that's why that's exactly what you want to target. In our case, we are at the level of where we need to do more drilling. We did some really, really significant drilling campaign in the last 2 months. We'll do more in the next month and during the summer. But what people need to understand is, well, you don't find a mine with 15 holes. That's the first thing. If you have the patience and you're ready to go forward, well, you have a lot of upswing. And you can probably extrapolate that the grade that we had before will be duplicated in the future as you go along and you increase the size of the deposit.
So how far is too low for the price of gold and cost of production? Is there a point at which you just have to say we can't afford to do this?
That stage will come at later. I'm not at a level where I can say, okay, it will cost me that much per ton. This is the capex. This is NPV. I'm not at that stage yet. We are at the stage of where you can estimate the size of the deposit. That's going to come at the end of the year. So by year end, we will come with the resource estimate, which is called a 42-101. It's Canadian regulation U.S. investor knows about that. So I will come with a resource estimate that will be that will be done by an independent firm, not us. So the independent firm will do the estimate and will come out. So after that, we can ask for an estimate for mining. But that will come probably in a pre-feasibility study or something like that, but not at this stage. But most investors have a good idea what could be the cost of doing it.
Sure.
But we will come with an official number at a later stage.
Okay. Well, David, thanks so much for taking this and bringing it down for us. You heard it from David. Microcap gold miners. Obviously, everybody's in a difficult space right now, keeping an eye on the price of gold, but still most people saying that they can operate at cost of production. I'm Deaux, TheStreet.